All right, the forest mulcher's doing excellent work, but he didn't see this cut across. Now he's working the perimeter, but I can see by what he's done here is he didn't open this up. So what I've come back and done with my fancy green, because this particular project's marked in green, is I started brightening up some of the markers. And so what I'm going to end up doing is walking through the woods here. I don't have my GPS with me because I actually have all this geotagged. But what I'm going to do is walk through the woods here and make sure I'm brightening up the path by putting a few more marks in it. So what you simply do, again, all this is just marking paint, and it's water-based, so it eventually comes off the trees. All you're going to do is get yourself a nice little mark there. But again, this is why we're forest mulching, because look at that. I'm all caught up in it. Anyway, you got to mark the trees out. And again, I geotagged it so that if I had the GPS with me, I'd be able to walk this nice and quick. But you can see on foot the path here. But when you're sitting up in that cab, not always easy to see. So most of our marks here, it's almost like he's Pac-Man. And he's in that big old machine playing Pac-Man. And as thick as the woods are, you know, he's got to see the dots. Man, this thing, you see, this is why we forest mulch. Because you can't just walk through these woods. It's like a Blair Witch project. Let me turn it around for a second here so I can do a little Blair Witch. Where are we in the woods? Where are we in the woods? I gotta mark trees so I know where I'm at. Oh my gosh. See, look at this. Yeah, let me turn this around. This ain't working. Okay. Oh my gosh. Again, maximum utility value of the land. And that is gained by access first. Once you have access, then you work on water. And I swear I'm gonna move. I'm gonna keep moving. Now I was out in a storm one of these days marking this stuff. All right, see, I can see it when I'm on foot, but he didn't see it when he's in the vehicle. Now, how do I know that? Because I'm monitoring the job site instead of just sending somebody out here on their own. If he should get hurt or something like that, we've already established communications, so he can text me if something happens. If I hear his equipment stop, the old joke is when I'm managing projects, is that equipment stops, I magically show up. Are you okay? Everything doing great. I'm paying by the hour. Get back and get that thing turned back on. I had one guy lose a track off of his Bobcat. And I said, am I paying for that? You know, am I paying for the equipment failure? He's like, no, I'll discount it off the hours. I'll give you a little extra time. I said, great. Now, if I wasn't there, I wouldn't have known. All right, almost to the other trail. I would not have known that he had that problem. And I would have been stuck with paying on work that didn't get done. Geez, sweet Lord. See, this is called a prayer walk, by the way. Look at these vines. This is a prayer walk because I'm getting stuck with vines. All right, we'll get the marker on. And here we go. We're out the other side. All right. So again, I'm going to get some marks on the tree, and you're really working as a partner in this activity. He should be coming out this way anytime now. Now, when you're working with the forest mulcher, you don't walk around the machine or get in front of the equipment. The gentleman's got a job to do, and they're going to focus. But again, you got to see how that works. We see those marks all the way through the woods. Again, the paint is water soluble, so it doesn't matter if you paint the trees. It doesn't matter if you excessively mark stuff. In fact, this is a perfect project for a kid, for an adult and a kid. Is you get that GPS, you teach them how to use that GPS, and you get out here and you mark these trees. Okay? And you're going to make sure everything's bright and clear. Because it is water soluble, it will start to wear down over time. And so you want to make sure the paint stays. See, look, as the tree grows or the rain comes, the paint will flake off. Now, I gave him a map on how to get through this property, so I know he's going to be coming up this way soon. So I'm not going to walk too far down here other than to mark out like these last couple of trees, because as long as he knows where he's going to be, he can focus on the forest mulching rather than having to get out of that cab to go check on stuff. If you've got questions about how you manage land projects, I've got a complete program on land management projects. I have managed projects for myself, for other people. It is project management, but when you've got heavy equipment involved, you just got to be aware, because contractors will fight each other. Sometimes the contractor thought they should have had the job. I had one job where I had 2 different hauling companies come in, because I calculated based on the rate in which they're bringing wood out. I mean, the rate in which they're bringing soil out, it's going to add 2 days to the job. So I called another company and had him bring soil out as well. We have to check the soil composition. We needed a 60% clay in order to be structurally sound. How did I know what kind of percentage? Well, the excavator guy told me what percentage to bring out. He could have brought it out, but it means taking his guy off the excavator and bringing the dump truck out. So I called another guy to bring the stuff out so the excavator could keep doing what he was doing. The other guy brings the soil in. It's not 60% clay. So I get the feedback. I have to call another guy to come in. He brings 60 to 70% clay. Everybody's happy. But again, I can't have the excavator sitting there at $2,000 a day and him out there bringing dirt in. Now, if he had somebody else he can call, it's a different story. But a lot of these on-the-site things, you're working with people who are, you know, the clock's ticking. And they don't mind standing there and talking to you. Most of the guys I work with, they want to get a job done and be proud of the job they're doing. But you want to partner with them. And you're like the general contractor. But don't call yourself a general contractor, because if an inspector comes out, they're going to ask you for your license. But basically, for a $10 can of spray paint and a little prayer time walking through these briars and brushes, I can brighten up the trail a little bit. I can make the guy's job easier. The easier it is for the guy to do the job, the faster he can work, the more work we get done per day. I do pay project rates. I might be buying 8 hours of time, which is 7 hours of operation, 1 hour of maintenance or lunch. And they are literally eating their sandwich with one hand and fixing or checking over the equipment with the other. The majority of the time, you'll get good workers. You'll get good people. They'll get out here and they'll get the job done. They'll get it done nice and well. But the better you do the pre-work, the land assessment, the survey markings for areas to get cleaned up, using a different color paint. You can't really see it where we're at right now, but there you go. There's some orange paint over there. And that's probably about 4 or 5 weeks old. It started to wear off. Orange was the previous job, which was trails. Green is the new job, which is clearing. See, it just makes it easy on everybody. So if you've got questions about managing land projects, about getting maximum utility value out of your land, if you're starting a small farm, homestead, or even an estate property, and you want to know how this stuff works, or you want somebody to help you get it done, ask in the comments or visit www.prosperityhomestead.org. Simply go to the contact page and ask your questions. And I'm going to get back to work here. I was trying to get around where I could get a good video of the forest mulcher working, but we had sunlight in our way on one side, and then on this side I want to make sure I don't come up on the front of that mower, because it does throw a little wood. But we're getting those trails cleared up. Oh, another marker I forgot to mention. So we got the green marks on the trees. He's going to be on the inside of those green marks, but we also have an arrow. I don't know if you can see it up there, but I'm done. The arrow tells him which side to go in on, you know, where to go in. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. I'm Justin Hitt with Prosperity Homestead.